Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, more proof of what we've been saying all along. When you choose to put your agenda over storytelling, it never ends well. It absolutely never ends well. We have seen this happen time and time and time again in movies and TV shows. It keeps happening. There's always proof of this, and yet these stupid people in Hollywood still keep doing it because they would rather burn all of these franchises to the ground than ever admit that they were wrong. These people would rather burn all of these insanely profitable franchises to the ground rather than just admit that they were wrong and say, hey, you know what, we messed up. We're sorry. We're gonna try again. If they did that, they would win. They would win over so many fans, but they won't, because these people care more about their egos than just delivering a good quality entertainment. These people, their egos are everything to them. They would. Okay, if just a little bit of context. Let me ask you this: what does Star Wars, Star Trek, and Doctor Who have in common? What does Star Wars, Star Trek, and Doctor Who have in common? They are all being run by people who care more about themselves than the actual franchises that they're in charge of. Kathleen Kennedy is more concerned with her agenda than Star Wars. Kurtzman cares more about his ego than Star Trek, and Chibnall also cares more about his ego than Doctor Who. These people were sitting on a gold mine. They were sitting on a gold mine. All they had to do was put out a good movie. It was for Star Wars. All they had to do was put out three good movies, and for Kurtzman, all he had to do was make a good show. And for Chibnall, same thing. All they had to do was make a good show that puts storytelling over everything else, good characters over everything else. And instead, they didn't do that. Kurtzman and Chibnall cared more about their own egos than just delivering a good show. Kennedy cares more about her agenda than just delivering a good story. Than Star Wars and canon and characters. They do not care. And do you want to know what something all three of them have in common? Is that any time any fan goes out of their way to try and tell them all of the things that they're doing wrong with this show, anytime they have anything negative to say about their product, they instantly go online and they start attacking their fans. They start calling them all these horrible names that normally you would never call anyone unless they actually deserved it. They just start calling them all of these horrible names that, in all honesty, at this point don't even mean anything anymore. They don't mean anything. Seriously, think about all of the names that they keep calling them. Do they have any meaning anymore? Because of how often they keep being thrown out. No, they don't. Right now, it gets to the point where if somebody calls me, I don't know, an ist or a phobe, it's not going to mean anything. Because all I have to do is look into your Twitter account, since that's where most of this happens, and you'll notice that they just throw that word around everywhere, and you'll know that it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. This person can't come up with an intellectual argument, and they just start name calling because they can't do anything. They can't do anything else. They are not smart enough to do anything else other than name call. They cannot properly argue against your points, so they just start calling you names because that's all they know how to do, because they are pathetic. You raise a credible criticism against their product and they just start calling you names because they can't do anything else. That is what all three of the people who are in charge of this franchise have in common. And why these people were put in charge of this, I don't know. I do not know what any of these people have on the companies that own these franchises. I do not know what they have, but it must be something big if they're still in charge. If they're still in charge of these franchise, it has to be something big if Kurtzman is still in charge of Star Trek. It has to be something big if Chibnall is still in charge of Doctor Who. It has to be something big if Kennedy is still in charge, is still the head of Lucasfilm. I don't know. I don't know what else to explain. I mean, in any other situation, these people would have been fired because they have run these franchises into the ground. I don't know, like, when it comes to Star Trek and Doctor Who, how many more viewers do they have to lose before CBS and the BBC realize that these people are not good for these franchises and that they need to go and bring in someone who actually cares? Oh my God. Anyway, so what is this article? So you're probably asking, so what's this article? Why do I have it up? Well, it's pretty much proof of what I'm trying to say with this video. Look at this. Doctor Who ratings. Over 600,000 viewers avoid season finale in droves. Now, just a little bit of context for anyone who doesn't know. Doctor Who just aired an episode called The Timeless Children. And basically something happened in that episode that just completely destroyed canon. Completely destroyed Doctor Who canon. I won't say what it is, but if you watch the episode, then you know what it is. And because of that, people want nothing to do with Doctor Who anymore. They want nothing to do with Doctor Who anymore. Okay, so this is from Cosmic Book News, which, by the way, don't go to this website. This is a garbage website. The season 12 finale of Doctor Who saw a slight uptick in ratings, but the bigger picture is the fact that viewers in the UK avoided the episode in droves. Sunday's episode of Doctor Who, The Timeless Children, saw 3.78 million viewers tune in, but what is especially troublesome for the BBC is the fact that the shows preceding Doctor Who and following both had a higher amount of viewers, all in the same range. Prior to Doctor Who saw Countryfile with 4.44 million viewers, and following Doctor Who saw Antiques Roadshow with $4.41 million. Likewise, the remaining shows for the night all saw a similar amount of viewers. Last Tango in Halifax had 4.17 million viewers. ITV's McDonald and Dodds had 4.38 million viewers. And the 10 p.m. BBC News also had 4.48 million. So we see over 600,000 viewers turn off Doctor Who. The BBC was recently forced to defend and respond to Doctor Who's low ratings and claims of the series being woke. Of course they did. Of course, on Doctor Who, I worked on Doctor Who myself and produced it for many years, and I can honestly say I don't think it's been in better health than it's already. Oh my God, these people are in denial. Or either that or they're just morons. The production values have never been better. Head of BBC Drama Piers Wenger recently said in part, "I really object when I heard the word woke used in a pejorative way, because what does woke really mean? Oh, you know what it means, motherfucker. You know what it means." Wenger claims that the series is healthy, seems to be at odds with the fact that the viewership has declined dramatically, as well as low Rotten Tomatoes audience score, as season 12 is the lowest rated amongst fans at only 17%. Both Jodie Whittaker and showrunner Chris Chibnall are confirmed for at least one. Oh my God, these people are intent on just killing this franchise completely. Fans not happy with Doctor Who Season 12. I'm bored with Doctor Who. I can't believe I'm bored with Doctor Who. This was my favorite show and I used to reserve time in my schedule to watch it when it aired. Now I have to force myself to sit through an episode and I'm half a season behind. The writing is just abysmal, said Rotten Tomatoes user RSL after Sunday's episode. And by the way, this is a bit of context for what happened in the episode. The Doctor is now no longer a Time Lord, no longer from Gallifrey, and has infinite regenerations. Way to ruin this series, says Mitch T. What a mess. The season finale retcons 50 years of a series I've watched since the 70s. I guess I watched all of these shows for nothing. Never mind that the writer can't remember what was written 50 years ago, 10 years ago, last year. He forgets what he writes right from the beginning of the episode itself, said William R. The problem with the show is not the Doctor, it's the writing. It lacks substance. There's so much potential here, but the writers don't know who about who, said George L. Not sure I can think of a show that has gone so far downhill so quickly in the history of TV, said Larry M. And these are the ratings that you can see. You can see them clearly here for this series 12. Episode 1, Spyfall Part 1, $4.88 million. Then it goes down to $4.6 million. Then it goes down to $4.19 million. Then it goes down to $4.04 million. Then it kicks back up a bit at $4.21 million, but then it goes back down to $3.97 million. Then it goes down to 3.81 million. Then it goes a bit up to 3.86 million. Then it goes down again to 3.71 million. And then it slightly goes back up to 3.78 million. Again, this is just more proof that Doctor Who is just, it's done. I genuinely think Doctor Who's done. As long as they keep heading in this direction, people are just not gonna they're just gonna start not watching Doctor Who at all. And if you want even more proof as to what we're saying, as to these shows just burning, now look at this. Doctor Who companions quit amongst disastrous ratings. Yeah, from what I heard, 2 of the 3 companions quit because, and you know what? I don't blame them. When you consider a show that's just going downhill, why would you even want to be a part of it? Amid the worst ratings in nearly its 50-plus year history, it's reported this current series of Doctor Who is losing a majority of its companions. It's reported that Bradley Walsh will quit Doctor Who following this year's holiday special, and that co-star Tosin Cole will be joining him. The pair have been involved with the series since the debut of the 13th Doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker, 2 years ago. Bradley Walsh plays Graham O'Brien, with Tosin Cole playing Ryan Sinclair. Its noted companion Yaz Mandip Gill will be sticking around for Doctor Who Season 3, which also sees Whittaker and showrunner Chris Chibnall return. Oh god, that's going to be terrible. 2 years is a long time in the world of Doctor Who. Yaz will be back, but Christmas will be the last outing for Ryan and Graham. An insider fills in the UK's Mirror. The article also notes that while their exit plot remains a mystery, the Doctor's companions rarely have happy ending, which suggests a bad demise for Walsh and Cole's character. Bro, the show itself isn't gonna have a good ending. Regarding the ratings, the article also notes ratings have fallen to 5.5 million from 8 million from the previous series into 2018, and what is particularly worrisome is that over 600,000 viewers turned off the Doctor Who Season 12 finale that aired Sunday, but returned for the show following the episode. And BBC actually defends ratings and woke program, of course they did. Recently saw the head of BBC programming defend the show's rating and its woke programming. I worked on Doctor Who myself and I found it many years ago. Did I already? Yeah, I think we already read this. There are adaptations. Support rating. And yeah, it's just, yeah, okay, we already got through all that in the previous article. And it's just, this is just more proof. Whenever you choose to put agenda over storytelling, it never ends well. It just never does. And this is just more proof of it. Even Doctor Who is not safe from this. Star Wars wasn't safe from this. Star Trek isn't safe from this. Doctor Who isn't safe from this. No franchise is safe from this. No franchise, no movie, no TV show, no comic book, no novel, no nothing. Nothing is safe. No story is safe when you choose to put agenda over storytelling. I do not know how many times we have to keep saying this for them to finally get it. And look, I'm sorry if I'm yelling, but this is just, it's frustrating. I don't know how many times this has to happen before it finally gets through their heads. What has to happen for them to finally get this? Jesus Christ, get it through your heads. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell. This is so frustrating. And I actually feel like my head's about to explode because this should be common sense at this point. How much more proof do you need to see before you finally get it? Oh my god. Alright, fuck it, I'm done. It's just, look, and when I mean I'm done, I don't mean with this video, I mean I'm done making videos that cover these topics. Okay, I don't care if it gets me views. I don't care about that. It's just every time I cover these videos, it gets me even more and more frustrated. And I'm sorry, but I'm done. I'm gonna try and find other content for my channel. I'm gonna try and do something else. Which, by the way, I have a video planned for that. So look forward to that. Oh my god. Anyway, that is all I have to say. I'm just gonna end it here. And again, I'm sorry that I yelled right there at the end. Sorry if you were listening to this with headphones and maybe it got a little bit too loud. And again, I do apologize for that. So with that being said, I'm just gonna end it right here. Thank you for so much for watching. If you did watch up until this point, you guys are awesome as always. And again, thank you to everyone who watches my video. Thanks to everyone who subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing. It'll really help support this channel. And if you are subscribed, please make sure to click on the bell icon to let you know every single time a new video goes up. Like, share this video. And if you want to support my channel even further, there is a link in the description box down below. Consider checking it out. And I hope you join me on my next video. Bye.